The things I'll probably end up saying here, and I'm going to completely, and I do trust you, edit it to make sure that I don't say anything that like split the church in half.
You ever go skiing?
I've been skiing twice, but only in North Carolina.
Appalachia in general.
Appalachia. Lots of memorable experiences from that. Man, I had a major stomach problem.
Oh, no.
It was one of those experiences where I'm like, when you're geared all up to go skiing, it's not exactly convenient to need to go use the restroom.
No, not at all.
I'm a pretty open person, I think.
Welcome to the Crosstown Crier. This is our monthly thing we do where we give the church an update on sort of what's going on around the church. I don't know how we ended up here.
Well, this particular spot is, I think, important for the church to see because we paid for this.
This is a new roof.
This is a new roof. If you hadn't been up here before, this thing was gravel.
That's right.
And that gravel was original.
Oh, when this building was
built 1956.
To be clear about where we are, this is over our space that we meet in.
That's right.
Yeah,
so we paid for this.
We paid for this roof, and it seems to be holding us fine.
This roof is going to last forever. Are there awkward pauses from the elders sometimes in the service, like not coming up to do their thing?
I don't think I've ever experienced that at Crosstown. No, I think everybody always hits their marks.
Okay.
That's my official line.
I feel like just because I sit on the front row, I'm good because
you have quick access.
I have quick access. And I think I would prefer that the elder just at least be on the front row, ready to go.
Is there anybody that you want to call out right now on this?
All of them.
Okay, everyone.
Does it feel weird to you?
I really just do not mind or care about moments of awkwardness in our service. I mean, obviously there's I had recently my guitar not working. That's very frustrating.
Yeah.
Because then I have to sort of make a game time decision that I don't really want to have to make. We're stopping the song right now, and I don't want to do that. I want to sing the songs.
Do you think it's a prerequisite for joining Crosstown that you're comfortable with awkwardness?
I think it should be a prerequisite of joining a church that you should be comfortable with awkwardness. People are awkward. I was supposed to have an icebreaker. Are you ready for your icebreaker?
Oh, okay.
It's a riddle.
Oh, I'm not good at riddles.
Are you ready?
I'm terrible at riddles. I'm stressed out about this.
Out of the eater came something to eat. Out of the strong came something sweet.
If you had not plowed with my heifer, you would have not known this. Samson. You're referring to Samson.
Lion. Yeah, I've always found that an interesting little story.
You're not going to ask me to exegete that.
Well, I'm sure you'd be happy to do that in like a 12-part sermon series where they're 50 minutes apiece. I have to say, a casual reading of that particular story feels a little unfair to those who might be trying to answer the riddle, simply because it's like, well, the answer is deeply rooted in your personal experience with
this. Isn't the kind of thing that one would come across.
Yeah.
There are a lot of interesting puzzles like that in the Bible that we often pass over really fast.
You read that, you're like, oh, that's weird. Bees and honey and this lion carcass. Yeah. Gross. Sweet. Okay, well, you did a great job with the riddle.
It's interesting that you said this one's easy. I mean, you could easily give me some bit of Bible trivia that I wouldn't know, right? It's a big book. I've read it a lot, but it's a big book. There would be some things I wouldn't have in instant recall.
Well, I wasn't trying to do like a gotcha.
That's sure. Right. What would have happened if I'd been like, I have no idea what
I've never heard of that before. I don't think that you have to know the answer to Samson's riddle on immediate read.
Okay, yeah.
That's not in our creed. I believe in God the Father, and also I would know the answer to Samson's riddle.
I kind of like Bible trivia, though. I have to admit, when I grew up, that's what we did for entertainment, was Bible trivia.
Yeah.
For my vocation, that's been really helpful.
Sure. I would think uniquely for your vocation, that's certainly been helpful. Alas, what's the first thing I need to know about that's happening at our church or around our church, in our church family this month?
All right. First thing comes to my head is dumpster dive day.
Oh, yes.
I told my kids about this, and they go, we're going to go dive in dumpsters? And
it is
probably not quite the right name.
A bit of a misnomer.
We're putting things in dumpsters. We're not taking things out of
No diving in the dumpster.
No diving in the dumpster.
That's going to be a rule.
Okay, yeah. So dumpster dive day is on Saturday, October the 4th.
So that's this coming
Saturday.
That's right.
And you don't want to miss this because, well, we don't want you to miss it because we need you here. This is easy stuff. We have everything marked. We know what needs to go to the dumpster. We just need an army of people to come in and carry stuff from various locations. One of those locations, I think, are over there where it was leaking so badly on this roof in that old youth area.
Yeah.
It's just garbage we need to get into the dumpster.
Right.
So that stuff, we have stuff in the Baptist Temple's old office space, just things that we're never going to need and we need to get out of this building.
Sure.
But it's coming Saturday. It's in the morning.
I believe it extends a little bit into the afternoon if you want to.
Okay.
The primary thrust of the event is supposed to be in the morning.
Hey, look, the more people show up, the quicker this goes, right? It's that simple.
What else?
October is considered Pastor Appreciation.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So
Does it feel weird for you to talk about this as a pastor? You feel a little bit like a conflict of interest?
Yes.
Okay, well, there's a whole council of elders at our church. We are blessed with 5 elders currently, and they do so much to serve our church. They are all in their capacity as pastors. They're lay pastors. They serve our church well.
I mean, they don't get paid.
They don't get paid.
Wow.
Ben does not get paid for his responsibilities as a pastor, nor do any of our pastors.
Yeah.
So they do this because they love Jesus and they love our church.
Yeah,
so we want to thank them well and appreciate them well. So actually every Sunday, starting with, we'll have already done the first one by the time this video goes out, the last week of September.
So I'll be out of the way.
You'll be out of the way at that point. We'll be thanking all of our pastors on every successive Sunday. So each Sunday we'll be sort of highlighting a specific pastor and thanking them publicly in our service.
And we're using the pastoral prayer time to pray for the pastors.
So yes, let's be sure throughout the whole month of October, I mean, we should always be grateful to our pastors and treat them well, but let's make it special this month.
I think it's really important. I mean, I think it's important always, right, to recognize people who serve us and bless us in any field that we are in.
That's
any
right.
capacity that we're in. And to be thankful, to be a grateful person is exemplifying confidence in new kingdom realities. And so let's be grateful for our elders.
Absolutely.
So that's the whole month of October. So maybe people could write notes, have a pastor over for a meal and his family, something like that.
Yeah.
Any kind of way to express appreciation, I think would be great. What else in October? Oh, I know. I just wanted to say again that we've started this series in the book of Acts.
Yeah.
And so for me, obviously, I spend a pretty good amount of my paid time as a lead minister studying, not only just trying to understand what Acts is saying, but then what does this mean for our particular church? And of course, the book of Acts is all about the early church. And in light of Jesus's resurrection and his ascension, what does it mean then to be the church? What does this matter? How should we live our lives in this reality? And I think Acts is absolutely thrilling when you view it with those capacities, with those lenses of resurrection and ascension, to the extent that the church today is unhealthy or unwise. I think one of the main culprits is our failure to let resurrection and particularly ascension come home to us. I was telling my kids, I said, I'm not even sure, or I was telling our missional family last night, do I even believe in resurrection and ascension? I believe it is a fact, of course. I'm a Christian, sure. But do I stake my life upon that? And not stake my life on this event, this weird event happened. Stake my life on what that strange event means. The church desperately needs to be reformed around that faith. It's in the Apostles' Creed. This is what we believe. This is why it matters. Look how the early church now lived their lives in light of that.
Right.
So what else could you go to that's as applicable to what a church needs than the book of Acts? So I'm super excited to be spending this time studying it. Just hope everybody will keep up the study.
So then you would advocate that people attend our church services.
We record the sermons. They're there for you if you happen to miss, but let's just be there.
We all know that's a B tier way
that's right.
to have this.
And let's be honest, if you miss a Sunday, what's the likelihood you're really going to listen to anyway? I mean, that's not it. I'm not throwing shade. I have a hard time. If I'm out of town or something, it's hard for me to go back and listen to that sermon. I know many do, and you have to be gone for different reasons, but let's engage this book together and learn together. That's my hope for our church.
Sounds good.
Another thing is, here we are in this building, and we are getting really close to being able to share some news with our church.
So you have breaking news for us today.
I already said this Sunday. I already said on this past Sunday, we are getting close to being able to share with the church what we're planning.
You have concepts of a plan. To paraphrase, we have concepts of a plan.
What an amazing idea. Here's what we have. We have a floor plan that the building committee approved and passed on to the elders, and the elders have approved. So Churches by Daniels, our developers out in Tulsa, emailed us today and said they will now develop some 3D rendering.
Very cool.
And they said that this next part shouldn't take long. So obviously, once we have these, we're going to want to share this with the church and say, this is what we're planning to do. And then of course, comes the hard part, getting the funding for it.
Yeah.
We do not know what the dollar amount will be for this, but I can tell you that it's a renovation of we're calling now the West Sanctuary, which is otherwise known as...
Not the one we're on top of.
Not the one, the other one.
Over here in the corner.
That's right. Our plan is to move into there after a pretty substantial renovation. I don't want to spoil the news. I'm happy to tell people, but I'd rather just let it be a surprise.
Sure.
That building and the adjacent children's space is what it's going to have our attention at first.
Right.
So that's what we're working on. Really close to being able to give that news. It's going to be great. And then I just want to say I'm really thankful to our church because the last couple monthly updates that I've given, I've shared how behind we are in our financial giving. What do you remember? It got to 30 30,
25, I thought.
25.
The last number I heard,
Okay.
it might have been more.
That sounds right. Well, I can say for both the months of July and August, we've made improvements, and a pretty significant improvement.
Yeah.
So as of the end of August, we were only $11,000 behind in our giving.
Yeah.
So that is a gap that we can make up. If we continue on this trajectory, we'll make it up in a month. So I'm hoping that we will all feel joyful about giving to what we're doing here together at Crosstown Church, right? This is our family. This is our church. This is our ministry together. And it just takes money to do these things. So happy to give that good report.
Great news. Is that it?
That is all that I can think of.
All that's going on in the month of October at Crosstown.
Well, we will have a day of prayer, but that's on November 1st.
Oh, that's in November. Ooh, we won't even have, we should mention that. There'll be a day of prayer.
November 1st.
First, that is what day?
Saturday.
That's a Saturday.
Yeah, it's just a fasting and prayer morning thing.
It's a classic kind of situation.
More details forthcoming.
And you had mentioned that as well previously in a Sunday morning service that I'm sure you attended.
Absolutely.
I think that that's going to be it for us.
Do you want me to act like I'm shoving you off?
Joking about that would turn into reality far too quickly and tragically. Bye. Thanks for watching.
See ya. I should show you sometime my high school basketball highlight film.
Can you just send that to me and I'll splice that in here?